All right, welcome back to another edition of How to Play. In today's episode, we're going to feature Scared Stiff, a great classic game by Bally in 1996, designed by the great Dennis Nordman, with excellent artwork by Greg Freris. This game sold approximately 4,000 units, 4,028, something like that. It's got a really cool 3D backglass in it with all kinds of neat imagery. It's got a spinning spider wheel that has all these awards that you can win throughout the game. And if you complete the entire wheel, you can get a spider multi-ball wizard mode, which I've actually never achieved myself. It's got little hidden things from Greg in here. It's got Little Luna Cheese, which is actually Luna's Elvira's daughter, a little tribute to her. And it's got some books over here. Corn Man from Mars, the little Attack from Mars feature. Black Thursday, I believe, was the day Williams laid off a bunch of people at the factory. And Curse of the Zombie Cows, because every game in the 90s and today somehow has cows incorporated. So this game is a pretty simple rule set. You have the 6 Tails of Terror here on the playfield, and the goal is to complete all 6 tails. And once you do, you light the stiffometer, and then your goal is to get through all the levels of the stiffometer within a certain time to become scared stiff, at which point the game will go crazy, and it's a really cool light show and a multi-ball that follows afterwards. So basically we'll start at the top of the wheel here, and it's pretty simple. The top one is the Terror from the Crate, which says it gives you a chilling 2-ball multi-ball, and that is achieved from hitting the crate up here. When you bash the crate door, one of these sets of eyes will light up. So if you hit it, it will qualify those, and once you get all the eyes light up, you'll go inside of the crate and you will get a 2-ball multi-ball, and that completes that mode. Also, when you're in the multi-ball for that, you have to hit the left and right ramps for the jackpot shots in order to score. I believe it's 250,000 value per ramp for those. The next one around the wheel here is the Monsters Lab, electrifying action. To complete that, you have to hit the pop bumpers up here. I believe it's 20 times total at first, depending on settings. You can just hit them straight through there, or you can also go around the left side where it says the lab here. You can light that to get into the lab. It'll go around the orbit and into there. You can also score 10 hits from the spider web wheel. If you hit the bottom one for the lab, you'll automatically get 10 additional hits on the Monsters Lab, which makes it a little easier to complete quickly. The next one up is the Eyes of the Bony Beast. Beware of the Hypnotic Stare. That one's pretty straightforward. Again, you just have to go up the Bony Beast ramp here a number of times, and that will complete that one. Next up, we have the Stiff in the Coffin, 3-ball Panic Unleashed. The Stiff in the Coffin is actually Dracula, who's over here on the side, and the lid pops open and Dracula's in there in his underwear, and the balls will come out. In order to qualify him, you have Elvira here on the playfield holding a light lock insert there and a little stopwatch looking thing. So when you go up the Bony Beast ramp, the first time you only have to go up the ramp once, and then it will light the lock over here on the left above her head, and you can see a little coffin there on it, and then a little diverter right above the lab over here. The little diverter will open, and the lock, we'll have 2 things. We'll have the green light that says lock, the sign up here that says lock, and then you'll go underneath the ramp here, a little diverter will drop it into a subway, and that'll give you ball 1 lock. And then you just kind of repeat the process to lock balls 2 and 3. Then you have to hit the ramp additional times. So it'll be like 2 times for the second ball, hit it like the ramp 3 times to light the lock for the 3rd time. And then once you do that, you'll get into you get into the Stiff in the Coffin multi-ball, where the balls will eject from Dracula over here. And then the goal for that is then to hit the ramps and the crate in order to win jackpots for that. And that completes that Tale of Terror. Next up, we have the Night of the Leapers, which you can see are the frogs here jumping out of your skin. So on the playfield, we have 3 frogs. You can see they're labeled there. They're numbered, 1, 2, and 3 over here. So those are kind of neat. Once you hit the target, they'll jump up and hit the glass and make a little ding sound when they punch the glass. So once you hit those enough times, that will complete that tale. Pretty simple. And then finally, we have the Return of the Dead Heads. see all the family horrors. And the dead heads are up at the top of the playfield where we have the 3 rollovers. So you have to complete all 3 of those, and that will complete the dead heads. So once you complete the entire wheel, you have an insert in the middle here that lights up. It starts flashing. It's like a black and white fuzz, like a TV, and it's kind of neat. She's got the remote here at the bottom, which also I like the brand name, which says Sosumi, which is kind of funny. And once that is flashing in the center there, your goal then is to hit it into the crate. And once you hit it in the crate, then that starts the stiffometer, which is kind of neat. The whole game blacks out. And at that point, it'll give you some speech telling you what to do, and you have to go up the stiffometer. I believe it's within 30 seconds, and try to reach scared stiff. So when that multi-ball starts, at first you'll have both of the ramp shots lit. So you want to make a ramp, either one, and then those jackpots will not be lit, and then the center one will light. So it just alternates: ramp, center, ramp, crate, ramp, crate, ramp, crate. So you keep doing that, alternating between the ramp and the crate as you try to move your way up the stiffometer within the time limit. If you do that, if you get all the way up to scared stiff, that's basically the end of the game. So there are a lot of shots to hit to try to complete everything. It's not a real deep rule set, but it is fairly challenging to try to complete the entire game. So that's really all I can think of other than the spider awards over here. If you go up the right ramp around there, it'll light the spider hole where it says spin the spider. If you get in there, then you can spin the spider wheel and win one of the awards up there like we talked about before. That's pretty basic for that. If you try to light all those, you can get the spider multi-ball. So that's kind of it for Scared Stiff. It's not overly deep, but it is a great Halloween theme. It does have some really nice artwork, nice sound, smell, Elvira. It's got the dancing 3D boogeyman on the slingshots, which are cool. There's also a mode for that on the spider wheel you can win, which is up on the, I believe on the left here, the guy, the dancing boogeyman, no, he's down here, the dancing boogeyman mode. So that's kind of neat too. And other than that, it's a really cool game from '96. You don't see a whole lot of them. This one's in fairly decent condition. It's kind of nice. It's got the cabinet that's unfaded. A lot of these turned the red faded away to a real light pink or white. This one has survived somehow, and it has the prototype eyeball shooter knob, which is kind of neat. And it's got the other side's pretty good too, not overly faded. And this one has a custom topper made by my friend, who drilled out a piece of acrylic and wired it into the playfield lights. He's actually got it wired into the lights here, so kind of adds a nice little effect during the game too for a little custom look. He also wired up the deadhead pile with the colored eyes matching each insert on the wheel as well. So if you complete the Monsters Lab, then you get the blue lights lighting up on the deadheads up there. If you get the white lights lit, that means you completed the tail of the deadheads. So they're all color coordinated to the game too, which is kind of a neat feature. So he had added that as well. So this game's really popular for modification. There's a great video on YouTube from Chris Bucci that gives you a whole history of the game and talks about the cost-cutting procedures they did at Bally back then to try to save some money, and how they took out the dancing boogeyman slings and the deadhead pile back there and the prototype shooter knob, or it's just a black one that comes with it from the factory. So a lot of things were cut, but it's a very popular game to modify and have everybody put back in again. So that's kind of the gist of Scared Stiff. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.